Hi guys, welcome to my apartment. Today I'm going to show you a little tour of my space and where I live and tell you about all the different things in here. So first of all is this rug. I get asked about this rug probably every day on my Instagram stories. Not every day, like every week, come on. It is a vintage rug from Turkey and I bought it in an Etsy shop, and I will link everything that's in this video at the bottom of the video, but it's a great Etsy shop and they have amazing vintage Turkish rugs. Moving along, something I'm really proud of is how orderly and organized my glassware is. I love color and I love having everything kind of sorted by color. It's really fun. And then I wanted to tell you about the knobs on all of my cabinets. So my friend Camilla Pavone suggested this, and we just took all the knobs off the cabinets and replaced them with these gold knobs. It's a great thing that you can do if you're a renter because you can just put the old knobs back on when you leave, but it just spruces the space up a little bit. And then I wanted to tell you about this artist. I get asked about this a lot, and choosing a piece of art for the kitchen was really hard, as you can actually see it from out in the living room. So I didn't want anything too busy. I wanted something really big, and I love pink. This was again another one of Camilla's suggestions. It's this beautiful French textile from this artist named Paul Moreau. And I splurged for the acrylic frame because I think it makes such a statement. It just contains the piece so nicely. Every time I come in and make my morning coffee and walk by this, it just makes me so happy. And I think that's one of the great things about art and how happy it can make you. Something I always go for in anything I bring into my apartment is I want it to either make me feel really happy or inspired. Another thing that I love in here that I want to tell you about is this piece of art from Catherine Howe. She has this really interesting way of painting, and I think that she uses actual mica dust and metals within the paint to make this really nice shiny thing. And this is actually a cat. It's abstract, but it is a cat, and you guys know how much I love cats. And then these tins are really special to me because they're antiques. My sister sent them to me because she didn't use them anymore. Cat food goes in there, my Larabars go in there. And then I have a diffuser from Nest Fragrances. It's amazing. And this is actually a really beautiful vase that my sister gave me as a housewarming present. Oh, and another thing I'm going to tell you guys about is these incense. I buy them on Etsy, but they are actually Palo Santo covered incense, and they smell incredible. I can't say enough good things about them. So welcome to my bedroom. I'm just going to kind of walk you around and show you where everything's from. So these prints are actually from World War II. I stole them from my parents when I was home over Christmas. I love them because I love anything with a palm tree on it, and I also just love the history behind these and the fact that they've been in my family for years. And then this is probably my favorite possession. It's my Hunt Slonim bunny. It's one of his originals. I featured Hunt on my blog, and at the end of my interview with him, I ended up buying this, and it just makes me so happy. So I have it front and center, so it's the first thing I see every morning when I wake up. Most of my bedding comes from my sister, Rebecca Atwood, who's an amazing textile designer, but I also love Garnet Hill's washed linen. So my duvet and pillowcases in this case come from Garnet Hill, and I'm a big fan because they're so soft, and I really like this shade of pale pink. And then I also have these amazing palm tree lamps. I have one on each side of the bed, and I replaced them with these gold covered light bulbs from CB2. But these actually came from Pottery Barn Teen, which is kind of my secret spot for anything whimsical and fun. I could probably not decorate my whole apartment with PB Teen, but they have some really fun things. And my nightstand is from West Elm. I really wanted something with a marble top that also had a drawer because I like having a place to stash all my stuff. My sleep mask, my hand cream, my foot cream, my masks. It's important to have like a little place to put all that clutter away. And I'm always reading. Right now I'm reading Hunger by Roxane Gay. It's kind of an antidote because I've been reading so much bad fiction, tons of young adult books and thrillers, so it feels good to read something a little more substantial. I also keep an amethyst next to my bed because Anna Tunk, who is a crystal healer, told me that amethyst will help you sleep better at night. I don't know if it works, but if there's a placebo effect going on, it's definitely helping. My dresser is unfortunately custom made. It's from my old apartment, which I shared with my ex-boyfriend. I needed something really tall and narrow to go in the space, so we had this made. It's great, it holds a lot, but unfortunately I don't even know where it's from. But I can tell you about this painting up here, which is the Beverly Hills Hotel painted by one of my best friends in the world, Allie Hart. She is so talented. She sells all her paintings online, so I would highly recommend checking her out if you want to find a new artist that is a little under the radar but super, super cool. So I'm gonna do another video about how I store my jewelry because I get asked that a lot. But one thing I do is for jewelry that I still really love but don't wear very often, I have kind of tacked it all onto this lovely bust. So that's kind of fun. This is embarrassing because I read so much. This is kind of my pile of books that I want to read. I've got some huge stacks in the living room as well. Like, I need to stop reading so much, but I'm obsessed. And then my beloved Chanel bag and my favorite shoes in the world. I love palm leaves, so these Dolce & Gabbana strappy sandals are pretty much my favorite shoes that I own. So these cabinets I bought from IKEA, and I was inspired by my friend Katsanita. I don't know if you follow Kat's blog, but she has the most amazing collection of bags and shoes, but everything she has is neutral. So it's tons of beautiful tans and browns and blacks, whereas my shoe closet is a lot of color. So originally I had these cabinets with clear doors, and I quickly realized I needed to line them with something to make them a little bit less busy. So I took a nice raffia fabric that I bought at Mood Fabrics in the city, and I just glue gunned it to the inside of the doors, and I think that the effect is a lot more soothing and a lot less busy because I really don't want like there to be too much clutter or anything crazy in my bedroom. I like my bedroom to feel really calming, really soothing, and just kind of like an oasis of calm. If you look inside, it is anything but calm, but these are all my babies. Basically, this is where all my money goes, is my shoes and my bags. I'm really proud of my shoe and handbag collection. I've been collecting them for, I don't know, 14 years now, so I've got some really classic pieces that I really love. And while we're talking about bags and shoes, I did just want to point this bag out to you because anytime I take it on a trip, I get asked like 1,000 questions about it. And this is from a brand called Very Troubled Child. It's the best travel bag. And I love that the inside is my favorite color, which is emerald green. And it's covered in cats, well, jungle cats, wild cats, but it makes me the happiest. So let's go into the living room. So I guess I'll just start over here and kind of take you around. So first of all, this little art right here is one of my favorites. It was before I bought my Huntslownum original. These are actually squares of his wallpaper that I had framed at a little shop in New York. I spent a fortune on the framing because I wanted the yellow to match the yellow of my stool. Now, something you might not know about me is that I love skulls, and I found this skull chair on Cherish, which is one of my favorite sites for like vintage shopping and cool stuff for my apartment. So I really just love this little vignette and that it all kind of matches. This is also from Cherish. I use this to kind of hold all of my family china and silver that my mom has passed down to me. This little gnome, so another thing you might not know about me is that I love anything with swear words on it. So one of my best friends gave me this as a housewarming gift. It's a cute little gnome and he is flipping the bird. One of my other best friends gave me this for Christmas. It's a snow globe, so it technically should be put away because it's spring now, but I can't bear to put it away. But it says fuck. It's great. My family, my mom has all these beautiful vintage glass bottles, and this is one of them. I don't know where to find more like this, so if you've ever seen more bottles that look like this, let me know because I'd love to collect some more. And this photo is by Slim Aarons, which everyone knows Slim Aarons, but he's one of my favorites. And then I'm going to just walk you through my gallery wall. So this is a lithograph of an Alexander Calder print, and he's one of my favorite artists. And this is a photo that was taken at the Beverly Hills Hotel, which is one of my favorite places. And as we walk through, you're going to see more and more of Beverly Hills Hotel woven into my apartment. This photo just cracks me up. It's all of these women waiting in line for an audition with their cats. And I don't know what they're doing, but it makes me happy because I love cats. Speaking of cats, you're going to be part of the home tours. You know that I love swear words now, so this is really funny. This came from Furbish Studio. Jamie Mears has amazing taste and just like the coolest stuff. Also, I collect vintage perfume bottles. So I have a huge collection. They've been given to me by friends, by family. They just make me so happy, and anytime I travel, I try and find a little antique store where I can buy a vintage bottle. There's more photos up here of the Beverly Hills Hotel. There's one of me at the Beverly Hills Hotel. And then there's this one of Marilyn Monroe that I love because she's so happy. And this is actually a cat toy that my mom played with when she was little. I love it. It just makes me happy to look at. So my dining room table as well as my dining room chairs are both from West Elm. They're both really classic. Carter can show you the table has this beautiful raw edge as well as these really nice gold wishbone legs, which makes it a little bit special. And then this is my favorite candle in the world. It's called Ombre Japonais by Byredo, and it smells like the fanciest fireplace you've ever smelled. I'm completely obsessed with it. It's my go-to gift and I just love it. As far as the candlestick goes, this is another family thing. My mom gave it to me when I was home for Christmas. She gave me a lot of things because they just moved, and so I got to take lots of the antiques. And then over here is my bike. I love my bike. Nothing makes me happier than going for a ride in the summer or the spring. I bought myself that for my birthday last year. My desk and my desk chair are both from Anthropologie. That lamp is another antique that was from my mom and my dad. I really just like the white and these really cool knobs. It's kind of got a little Art Deco feeling to it. So I'm always burning a candle, and then I use the jars after they're done burning to store all of my knickknacks in. And then this is really cool. It's actually, again, from my mom, but it's a pencil sharpener, and I love anything with globes on it, so I love this. This is nothing, but it's just really beautiful packaging, and it really inspires me and makes me happy, so I keep it at my desk. I've gotten really into crystals, so I keep this large rose quartz obelisk at my desk to kind of just help with self-love. Rose quartz is just a really gentle healing stone. I'm always burning Palo Santo, so I keep this at my desk as well, along with my Caudalie face mist, which I mist on throughout the day because it just feels really good on your skin. Now we're at a very important part, my bar cart. So I really pride myself on being a good hostess and having every kind of alcohol for when my guests come over. I don't really drink alcohol during the week, but I like to be prepared. These cocktail glasses make me so happy. I got them on eBay. I actually get a lot of my glassware on eBay. I got these on there too, and I think they're just so beautiful for champagne. It's a really beautiful light pink milk glass. And I also have my beloved Day of the Dead skull, which came from St. Frank. So my couches came from Room and Board. Room and Board is one of my favorite stores for home goods because everything they make is so well made. These pillows I bought from Cherish. I buy a lot of things on Cherish. They just have really cool, interesting things that nobody else has. You can get banana leaf pillows anywhere, but I love that these have a yellow trim. This pillow came from my sister. Pretty much all of my other pillows come from my sister. She has the best pillows. And then we're looking at Tyrion's Hermes blanket. Yes, it's Tyrion's. I splurged on an Hermes blanket when I moved and thought that I was just so luxurious having it, but it's now covered in cat fur as it's the only blanket that Tyrion will lay on. This chair is one of my favorite pieces. It's all hand caned, and my uncle actually recaned it because it was a family piece and it needed a little bit of extra love, and he knows how to do all of that weaving, so he did that himself. And then, of course, there's books, lots and lots of books. This is a stack of young adult books because we were just working on something for our podcast. I bought my media console at CB2. It's a really good one, and it was a very good price. And then these wicker suitcases came from my mom. I use them to hold beauty products for friends when they come over, and this one is full of candles. My TV makes me the happiest. For a girl, I know it's a very large TV. I think it's a 60-incher. I watch a lot of TV. I love movies, so I really like having a big TV. It was definitely a splurge when I moved, but it's one of my favorite purchases. It's really fun for having people over too. And then we have more books, more curse words, my Sonos speaker, and this, which I love. I mentioned earlier that I'm a huge fan of Alexander Calder, and I love this mobile. It reminds me so much of all of his work. And I got this at Design Within Reach. So Design Within Reach is pretty expensive, but this actually wasn't very bad. And then we have my swing chair. So I'll be honest, I don't actually sit in this very often, but I think it really makes the space and it's super fun. I bought this from a store called The Well-Appointed Home, and I don't want to get negative, but I'll never shop there again. The delivery company that we worked with actually just dumped it on the street in front of my apartment. They wouldn't even take it into like the door or help me get it into my door. So I was like sitting in the street almost crying when one of my photographers, Trent, came over to shoot and helped me unpack it and put it all together. But never again, we'll never order from them. The other thing on here is my gravity blanket, and I found that sleeping with the gravity blanket is too much, but I love it for when I'm watching TV or movies. It's just really comforting and great if you have anxiety. So the last few things I have to tell you about are my curtains. My closet is actually back there. I'm not going to take you back there today because it's a hot mess. We had these panels made using Tommy Bahama fabric. If you're interested in doing something similar, really just having long panels made with the fabric and then hanging them on rods. I bought the curtain rods at JCPenney. They were like $40 for all of them. So I'd highly recommend that. The curtains here on my windows are made from fabric that my sister designed. So I'll link to all of this below this video, but I love, love, love this quilted fabric that she did. And then the last thing is these bookshelves, which I'm always getting asked about because they do look like floating stacks of books. Those are a Design Within Reach knockoff. They came from Amazon, and I have them linked in my Amazon shop, but I will also put the link at the bottom of the video. So thank you guys so much for coming over and for seeing my space. I hope you love it as much as I do. Decorating has become something that I've become really passionate about, and I love doing little things like do-it-yourself projects and finding ways to incorporate family antiques with more modern pieces because it just makes the space feel really special and unique.